Have you ever wondered how intermittent fasting can transform your health? In this video, we will take a deep dive into the 7 main benefits this practice can offer. If you're looking for an effective way to lose weight, improve your metabolic health, and even increase your longevity, intermittent fasting could be the answer you've been waiting for. Get ready to discover how this simple change in your eating routine can bring surprising results to your body and mind. Stay with me because you won't want to miss any details. Have you heard about intermittent fasting? This seemingly simple practice has aroused the curiosity of many people around the world. But after all, what is intermittent fasting and how can it transform your health? First of all, it is essential to understand that intermittent fasting is not just a fad diet, but a way of aligning your body with its natural rhythms. Imagine an internal clock that, when adjusted correctly, can significantly improve your well-being. Intermittent fasting consists precisely of alternating periods of fasting with periods of eating, taking advantage of the body's natural biological processes to optimize your health. And the most common method is the 16/8, where you fast for 16 hours and have 8 hours to eat. But how does this work in practice? What are the true benefits of this approach? Stay with us as we're going to explore everything you need to know to start adopting intermittent fasting effectively and healthily. What is intermittent fasting? Imagine a clock marking time with the hands slowly rotating, while the word fasting appears prominently. The concept of intermittent fasting is starting to come to life. It's more than just a fad. It is an ancestral practice adapted to the modern lifestyle, which has won over more and more people around the world. But after all, what exactly is intermittent fasting? Visualize a simple graph where a 24-hour period is divided into 2 parts. A smaller part, representing the hours in which you eat, and a larger part, corresponding to the hours in which your body is fasting. Intermittent fasting is essentially an eating approach that alternates between these 2 periods, fasting and eating. Unlike traditional diets, which often focus on what to eat, intermittent fasting focuses on when to eat. The most popular and widely practiced method is the 16/8. Imagine an ordinary day, where you start eating at noon and have your last meal at 8 p.m. For the next 16 hours, which includes the sleeping period, your body enters a fasting state. During this time, the magic of intermittent fasting happens. It's as if your body is undergoing scheduled maintenance, where internal processes are optimized and energy is spent more efficiently. Think about the watch again, but now the focus is on internal transformation. During fasting, blood insulin levels decrease, which makes it easier to burn fat as a source of energy. Cells enter a repair process known as autophagy, where damaged cellular components are eliminated and recycled. Additionally, studies suggest that intermittent fasting can increase growth hormone production, improve insulin sensitivity, and even promote longevity. Intermittent fasting is not a new practice. Since ancient times, civilizations around the world have practiced fasting, whether for religious or cultural reasons, or due to lack of food availability. Today, this practice has been given a new meaning and studied by science, revealing benefits that go beyond simple weight loss. When you adopt intermittent fasting, you begin to notice changes not only in your body but also in your mind. Mental clarity becomes more evident, and the feeling of control over your diet and health increases. Intermittent fasting, therefore, is more than a weight loss strategy. It is an approach that involves a deep understanding of how the body works and how to optimize its natural processes. So the next time you look at the clock, remember, it doesn't just tell the passing of the hours. It can also be a powerful ally on your journey to a healthier and more balanced life. Weight loss. Imagine a tape measure being slowly tightened around a waist as numbers on the scale begin to descend. The weight loss graph slopes downward, indicating success. Intermittent fasting has been widely adopted by people who want to lose weight effectively and sustainably, and for good reason. Let's explore how this practice can become a powerful tool in your weight loss journey. Think of a limited and precise eating window, where meals are concentrated in a specific period of the day. When you restrict the time you can eat, you naturally tend to consume fewer calories, simply because there aren't as many opportunities to eat. Additionally, by eliminating after-hours or late-night snacks, which are often high in empty calories, total calorie intake decreases. Now visualize a body that, after hours without food intake, begins to look for alternative sources of energy. Glucose, which is normally the preferred fuel, becomes scarce after a few hours of fasting. At this moment, the body activates an incredible mechanism. It begins to use stored fat reserves to generate energy. Imagine those fat reserves being slowly burned, converted into energy that keeps your body functioning, even in a fasted state. The fat-burning process is intensified because, when fasting, insulin levels in the body drop drastically. Insulin is the hormone responsible for storing fat, and with its low levels, the body finds a favorable environment to release and use this stored fat. This is the scientific basis behind the weight loss associated with intermittent fasting. Visualize a before and after graph, where the weight loss line gradually descends, representing the body's transformation over time. Unlike conventional diets, which often result in loss of muscle mass along with fat, intermittent fasting can help preserve muscle mass while you lose weight. This is because during fasting, the body becomes more efficient at utilizing fat as fuel, protecting muscles from being broken down for energy. Imagine, too, the scale showing smaller and smaller numbers, day after day, while the measuring tape reveals a slimmer waist and a more toned body. The combination of reducing caloric intake and efficient fat burning results in consistent and, most importantly, sustainable weight loss. It's not just about the number on the scale. It's about how your body adapts to this new way of eating, becoming more efficient and healthier. Intermittent fasting, therefore, is not just a way to lose weight, but an approach that can change your relationship with food and your body. It allows you to control your eating habits naturally, harnessing the power of your body's physiology to achieve your weight loss goals. And as you see the results in the mirror and on the scale, it becomes clear that intermittent fasting is more than a strategy. It's life-changing. Improved metabolic health. Imagine a microscope revealing the intricate dance of cells in the body, where each one plays a crucial role in maintaining our health. Now visualize a graph that shows insulin levels rising and falling, reflecting the body's response to blood sugar. This scenario illustrates one of the most powerful benefits of intermittent fasting: improved metabolic health. Metabolic health refers to the efficiency with which our body processes and uses energy from food. When we talk about metabolic health, we talk about a delicate balance that involves hormones such as insulin and processes such as blood sugar regulation. Intermittent fasting stands out in this area because it directly impacts these vital mechanisms. During periods of eating, especially when we consume carbohydrates, blood glucose levels increase. To deal with this increase, the pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that allows cells to absorb glucose and use it for energy. However, over time, especially if insulin levels remain consistently high due to a diet high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, cells can become less sensitive to insulin. It's as if they are deaf to the insulin signal, a state known as insulin resistance. This is the first step towards developing serious conditions such as type 2 diabetes. Now imagine that, during intermittent fasting, the cycle of constant highs and lows of glucose and insulin is interrupted. With less food intake, especially carbohydrates, insulin levels drop and remain low for longer periods. This gives the cells a break and a chance to become more sensitive to insulin again. Think of it as a metabolic detox process, where the body recalibrates itself, improving its response to insulin and, consequently, blood sugar regulation. Additionally, by adopting intermittent fasting, you are not only lowering your insulin levels, but also reducing the amount of sugar in your blood. This combination is crucial for avoiding glucose spikes that can lead to insulin resistance and diabetes. In other words, intermittent fasting helps stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing fluctuations that could be harmful in the long term. Now visualize a graph that over time shows a steady line, representing balanced insulin and glucose levels. That's the goal of intermittent fasting: to create an internal environment where your metabolism works more efficiently and healthily. By keeping your insulin under control and regulating your blood sugar, you are actually lowering your risk of developing metabolic diseases such as type 2 diabetes. Improving metabolic health goes beyond disease prevention. It impacts how you feel on a daily basis. When your metabolism is working well, you experience more energy, less fatigue after meals, and an overall feeling of well-being. And it all starts with one simple change: control over when you eat, allowing your body to operate more efficiently. So when considering intermittent fasting, remember that it's not just about losing weight. It's about caring for your body on a deeper level, improving processes that are fundamental to your long-term health. By improving metabolic health, you are investing in a healthier, more balanced life, protecting yourself against chronic conditions and feeling better every day. Heart health. Imagine a heart beating rhythmically and strongly, a true representation of life and vitality. Now view graphs that show the reduction in cholesterol, triglyceride, and blood pressure levels, all essential factors for maintaining heart health. Intermittent fasting, in addition to its other benefits, can also play a crucial role in promoting a healthy cardiovascular system. The heart, as the engine of the body, works tirelessly to pump oxygen-rich blood to all organs and tissues. However, over time, factors such as poor diet, stress, and lack of physical activity can overload this engine, leading to problems such as the buildup of cholesterol in the arteries, increased blood pressure, and high levels of triglycerides in the blood. All of these factors increase the risk of heart disease, which is one of the leading causes of death in the world. Now imagine that with intermittent fasting, you are giving your heart a much-needed break. During fasting, the body enters a maintenance state where it is not only burning fat, but also optimizing various internal processes. This includes improving cholesterol and triglyceride levels, which are fats present in the blood. When in excess, these fats can accumulate in artery walls, leading to atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of arteries, which is a major precursor to heart attacks and strokes. Intermittent fasting helps reduce these levels by promoting the use of fat reserves for energy, which not only helps with weight loss, but also reduces levels of LDL cholesterol, so-called bad cholesterol, and triglycerides. Imagine a graph where the lines representing LDL cholesterol and triglycerides begin to descend, moving into a safer, healthier zone. That's what intermittent fasting can do for your heart: reduce the risk of fat accumulation in the arteries and, consequently, heart disease. Additionally, intermittent fasting can also positively impact blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the biggest risk factors for cardiovascular disease, as it forces the heart to work harder to pump blood through the arteries. Studies indicate that intermittent fasting can help lower blood pressure by improving insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation, and promoting weight loss, all factors that contribute to lower, more stable blood pressure. Imagine a graph where the blood pressure line, which was previously high, begins to fall, approaching ideal levels. This is a visual representation of how intermittent fasting can help reduce blood pressure, reducing the risk of hypertension and, by extension, heart disease. Heart health is vital for longevity and overall well-being. When you adopt intermittent fasting, you're not just improving your physical appearance or losing weight. You are strengthening the engine that keeps your body running. Each heartbeat becomes more efficient, and the risk of developing cardiovascular problems is significantly reduced. Visualize a heart that beats healthy and strong, free from the dangers that often threaten its function. Intermittent fasting, by helping to regulate cholesterol, triglyceride, and blood pressure levels, acts as additional protection, ensuring that your heart continues to function well for many years. So when considering the countless benefits of intermittent fasting, don't forget the powerful impact it can have on your heart health. This is an investment in long-term well-being that can lead to a longer, healthier life, with a heart that beats with strength and vitality in every moment. Increased longevity. Imagine an old clock, its hands moving slowly, marking the passage of time. Then visualize trees growing majestically, their roots deep and trunks strong, symbolizing long and healthy life. This is the essence of what intermittent fasting can offer: the possibility of increasing longevity, promoting not just a longer life, but a better quality life. Aging is a natural process, but it can be influenced by many factors, including our diet, lifestyle habits, and, as recent studies suggest, the time we spend fasting. Intermittent fasting can be a powerful key to unlocking the potential to live longer and better, and this is due to the cellular processes it activates. Think of your cells as little factories always in operation, but over time they accumulate waste and damage. During fasting, the body is not only in a state of rest in terms of digestion, it also goes into a maintenance and repair mode. One of the most fascinating processes that occur during fasting is autophagy, which can be viewed as internal cleaning. During autophagy, cells begin to eliminate damaged or unnecessary components, recycling them to create new cellular structures. This helps keep cells young and functioning optimally. Now visualize the continuous growth of a tree. As its old leaves fall, new ones sprout, allowing it to grow stronger each season. Likewise, the body's cells, when going through the autophagy process, renew themselves, which can slow down the aging process and combat the emergence of age-related diseases. Furthermore, intermittent fasting also impacts another crucial aspect of longevity: reducing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a process by which free radicals, unstable molecules that can damage cells, accumulate in the body. This can lead to premature aging and the development of chronic diseases. During fasting, the body reduces the production of free radicals and, at the same time, improves the efficiency of natural antioxidants, which fight these radicals. Imagine this as additional protection, like a layer of defense against cellular wear and tear. Studies in animal models have shown that intermittent fasting can extend lifespan by activating genes associated with longevity and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Although results in humans are still being explored, the signs are promising. Imagine the clock of life moving a little slower, allowing you to not only live longer, but also with more vitality and health. Longevity is not just about living longer, but about living well. With intermittent fasting, you are potentially investing in a longer life, where cellular functions are maintained at their best, and the body is protected from the ravages of time. Visualize this as a journey where, with each step, you feel stronger, younger, and more connected to the essence of life. By adopting intermittent fasting, you are aligning yourself with one of the oldest and most natural principles of human survival: periods of fasting followed by periods of eating. This practice, which is part of human evolution, can be connected to a longer and healthier life, helping you enjoy every moment with renewed energy. So when considering intermittent fasting as part of your routine, remember that it's not just about immediate benefits like weight loss or metabolic health. It is a long-term investment that can potentially extend your life and improve the quality of those years. Every moment of fasting is an opportunity for the body to renew itself, like a tree that continues to grow, strong and resilient, defying time and celebrating life. Reduction of inflammation. Imagine a microscopic scenario where tiny flames represent inflammation, slowly burning inside the body, damaging tissues and organs over time. Now visualize these flames being extinguished one by one, leaving behind healthy cells and a body in a state of well-being. That's the power of intermittent fasting in reducing chronic inflammation, one of the biggest challenges to modern health. Inflammation is the body's natural response to injuries, infections, and other threats. In acute cases, it is beneficial, helping with healing and defense against pathogens. However, when inflammation persists for long periods, becoming chronic, it can become a silent enemy. Chronic inflammation is associated with a number of serious illnesses, including heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and even neurodegenerative diseases. Imagine inflammation as a small fire that, when left unchecked, can spread and cause significant damage. Intermittent fasting acts like a firefighter, helping to control and put out these internal flames. During periods of fasting, the body reduces the production of inflammatory molecules, such as cytokines, and activates cellular repair processes. This not only helps mitigate the effects of inflammation, but also promotes the regeneration of damaged tissues. Visualize the body as a battlefield, where inflammatory cells such as macrophages are constantly in combat. When intermittent fasting is incorporated, the battlefield changes. Inflammatory cells are neutralized, and the body enters a state of homeostasis, where balance is restored. This means less pain, less discomfort, and a lower risk of developing chronic diseases. One of the main mechanisms by which intermittent fasting reduces inflammation is through autophagy, the cellular cleansing process we've already discussed. During autophagy, damaged and dysfunctional cells, which can contribute to inflammation, are degraded and recycled. Imagine this as an internal cleaning, where the body eliminates cellular waste, preventing the accumulation of components that could fuel chronic inflammation. Additionally, intermittent fasting can positively influence the gut microbiome, the community of trillions of bacteria that live in our gut. A healthy microbiome is essential for keeping inflammation under control. When fasting is practiced, the microbiome is balanced, with an increase in beneficial bacteria that help fight inflammation. Visualize the intestine as a garden, where with fasting weeds are removed and beneficial plants flourish, creating a healthy and balanced environment. Now, think about the practical consequences of this reduction in inflammation. Less inflammation means less joint pain, one of the most common complaints as we age. It also means a lower risk of heart disease, as chronic inflammation is a key factor in the development of plaque in the arteries. And crucially, it means a lower chance of developing chronic illnesses that can reduce quality of life. Chronic inflammation is often considered the hidden enemy, as its effects are insidious and accumulate over time. But with intermittent fasting, you have a powerful tool to combat this enemy, promoting a healthier, more resilient body. Imagine living more comfortably, with less pain and a lower risk of facing debilitating illnesses, all thanks to fasting's ability to reduce inflammation. So when considering intermittent fasting, remember that its benefits go far beyond weight loss or metabolic health. It acts on a deep level, helping to control inflammation, which is one of the main villains of modern health. With less inflammation, you experience greater well-being, less pain, and a healthier future. It's like putting out the invisible flames inside you, leaving room for a longer, healthier, and fuller life. Simplicity and flexibility. Imagine a life where food choices are not dictated by strict rules, but by a sense of freedom and control. Visualize a simple calendar where mealtimes are flexible, shaped to adapt to your routine, and not the other way around. This is one of the biggest attractions of intermittent fasting: its simplicity and flexibility, which allow for smooth integration into any lifestyle. Unlike many diets that require constant calorie counting, eliminating food groups, or preparing complicated meals, intermittent fasting simplifies the process. The central idea is basically to adjust the time frame in which you eat, without having to worry about drastically changing what you eat. Think of it as a framework that wraps around your current diet, allowing you to continue to enjoy the foods you love, but in a time frame that maximizes the health benefits. This simplicity brings with it enormous flexibility. Think about your daily routine. Each of us has unique schedules, commitments that vary, and our own food preferences. Intermittent fasting adapts to these variations. If you are a person who prefers a hearty breakfast and doesn't mind skipping dinner, the 16/8 fast, for example, may fit perfectly. Alternatively, if your evening routine is more social, you can adjust your fast to start and end your meals later in the day. This ability to customize is one of the reasons so many people are able to adopt and maintain intermittent fasting over the long term. Now imagine looking at a calendar with meal times that adjust as your life changes. Without the pressure of following a rigid schedule, you can modify your fasting and eating periods as needed. If you need to adjust a day for a social event, or if you simply want to enjoy breakfast on a weekend, intermittent fasting allows you that flexibility without compromising the health benefits. This simplicity is also reflected in the mental peace that intermittent fasting offers. Imagine the peace of mind of not having to plan complex meals or constantly worry about what you're eating. Instead, there's a freedom in knowing that you can enjoy the meals you choose, focusing more on quality than the exact number of calories or eliminating certain foods. This approach reduces stress associated with eating and promotes a healthier relationship with food. Plus, this simplicity and flexibility make intermittent fasting accessible to virtually anyone, regardless of their knowledge of nutrition or cooking skills. There is no need to study macronutrients in depth or spend hours preparing specific dishes. Imagine the ease of simply following your natural rhythm of hunger and satiety, without having to worry about extensive lists of allowed or prohibited foods. The simplicity of intermittent fasting also makes it easier to adhere to in the long term. Many diets fail because they are overly restrictive, difficult to follow, and do not adapt to individual needs. However, intermittent fasting with its minimalist approach can be sustained for years. Imagine a health journey that is not marked by constant restarts, but by a calm consistency that becomes a natural part of your life. Therefore, when considering the benefits of intermittent fasting, the simplicity and flexibility are undoubtedly one of the most appealing aspects. They allow you to focus on what really matters: your health, well-being, and quality of life, without the need to complicate or radically transform your routine. With intermittent fasting, you can find peace and simplicity, knowing you're doing something positive for your body in a way that's easy to adopt and maintain, no matter where your life takes you. You've seen how intermittent fasting can transform your health in incredible ways. From weight loss and improved metabolic health to increased longevity and brain protection, there are many benefits this practice can bring. And best of all, it's simple and flexible, adapting perfectly to your routine. Now it's your turn to experience these benefits. If you liked the video and want to continue receiving valuable tips to optimize your health and well-being, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support is essential so that we can continue to bring you quality content. Share this video with your friends and family. They too can benefit from the wonders of intermittent fasting. And of course, we'd love to hear your opinion. Leave a comment below saying if you have already tried intermittent fasting, or if you have any questions you would like clarified. We look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Until then, take good care of yourself and remember, the journey to a healthier life starts with small steps, and intermittent fasting can be one of those important steps. Until next time.